All right, you guys. Well, I can tell you that this young lady is my whole mood today.
I'm just telling you right now, if Erika Kirk is ever on a ticket, I am not voting for Erika Kirk. I will vote for anybody else. I will vote for somebody foreign before I vote for Erika Kirk.
I'll vote for somebody's pet fish before I vote for Erika Kirk. I am done. I have seen enough. I can no longer bear people defending Erika Kirk in any way, any shape, any form. It has to end. It has to stop. Okay? It has to stop right now. Because we received some follow-up information regarding Erika's time in New York, confusing time in New York, specifically more details pertaining to what the hell Erika was doing, parked at a modeling agency that was frequented by Jeffrey Epstein. And you know what? This information feels pretty explosive. I would say it requires a response. We can't keep pretending that this is just some godly woman who's just being attacked by the internet. Erika's past is checkered. It's very checkered. Her mother, her acquaintances, everything about this girl should be sending off alarm bells, especially for the people that keep defending her. Look at the people that keep defending her. They themselves are the biggest red flag. Let's jump right back in. Welcome back to Candace. You know, our new rule here is if you see something, say something. We open up investigations to the world because it tends to be that you get a lot of information when you do that. It really is incredible. And as soon as we opened the door to the plausibility that Erika and Jeffrey Epstein may have come across each other, it's certainly plausible. They seem to be just swimming around each other. More people began talking and remembering some things. Now, I'm going to preface this by saying that we did not go out to Erika for comment regarding today's episode because it makes very little sense if someone ignores your first email question to think that they're going to be willing to answer a related follow-up question. Well, let's get back into this. Next Model Management. It was co-founded by Faith Cates. We told you this yesterday, a dear friend to Jeffrey Epstein, all over the emails, 4,000 plus times. Her offices had a ton of Eastern European models that were going through it. She's actually known for having made the careers of various Eastern European models. And like I told you guys, Jeffrey Epstein was around this office a lot. He frequented the office as you would if it was your friends. All of this is a fact. Now, another interesting fact is that Faith Cates, she actually knew Epstein since before she co-founded Next because she was actually the vice president of the women's division over at Wilhelmina Models first. Wilhelmina Models was co-founded by Fran Rothschild, okay? Frances Rothschild is her name. Now, why is that interesting? Because you will recall in Jeffrey Epstein's recently released emails that he said to Peter Thiel that he works directly for the Rothschilds family. He's spreading around their money. I will show you that email here so that we can confirm it. It is Jeffrey to Peter. He says, as you probably know, I represent the Rothschilds. I was hoping to figure out a way for the bank that has $160 billion in management to do something in tech. Best client list in the world, prehistoric products, it can wait. Okay, just asserting that as a fact here. All right. Now, what is also a fact is that the Rothschilds credit themselves with creating the modern state of Israel. Zionism was therefore their platitude. Zionists were also the people that were squeezing Charlie Kirk at the end of his life, morally blackmailing Charlie Kirk, stressing out Charlie Kirk, pulling money away from Charlie Kirk and the organization. Charlie himself said that he was done with the pro-Israel cause. But then he was murdered. And his wife did a complete 180 like LBJ, inviting, frankly, deranged Zionists into the fold immediately. Ben Shapiro, who was in fact an enemy to her husband, effectively opened AmFest. She came out first. And then Ben Shapiro came out second. He was also allowed onto Charlie Kirk's show and appeared in person rather in his studio. Very odd. want you to park that into your mind. She never came out and said anything about Josh Hammer lying when he said that Charlie never blinked on Israel. She never said anything at all about what Charlie was going through. Never said, oh, that donor took money away from him. I'm so angry about that. Not once. Actually, you could argue she did the opposite. She was setting up interviews with the likes of Barry Weiss, pushing Charlie's final book, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Okay, we got it. Now, what is also a fact is that some of the employees and some of the people who were associated parties with Next Models remember Erika Franzwe at the office taking meetings. Weird, because Erika Kirk, despite her very illustrious, multi-hyphenated career, she's actually never made the claim to have worked for a modeling agency. So what was she doing? That was a question we went out to her with. What were you actually doing here parked up at this office? What is your connection here to Next Model agency, Next Model Management? And do you know Faith Cates? How do you know Faith Cates, Erika? Did you see Epstein walking around the office? Fair questions. Well, what we can now confirm, and these are eyewitness accounts specifically, that they recall Erika because she was taking meetings at the office, and those offices were pertaining to real estate. Real estate for the models that were coming from Eastern Europe, who were being packed like sardines into apartment buildings. Now, on background, in case you're not familiar with the modeling industry, as I am not, the sources confirm that what is typical in the modeling world was for agencies to find places for girls to stay while they were in New York. They tell me, and I'm going to quote this here, I quote, younger girls, when they first get to New York City, they pack them in like cattle into one apartment, end quote, which makes Erika's role curious because multiple people remember and they say that Erika Franzwe was the contact. Specifically, what they recall is she was the contact for a white building on the Upper East Side around 68th Street and 2nd and 3rd Avenue. It's pretty specific. Yeah, that she was the contact. Now, why? What? Erika's the contact. Got these girls coming in. Erika's got these people in, and we've all been trying to figure out what she's doing in real estate. But yeah, that is the memory of the people who were working with and around Next Model Management, real estate contact. And they said, we don't really know why. They don't know why, and I don't know how. Because the issue that I'm having here is that Erika did not actually have her real estate license yet. Remember, real estate licenses are a matter of public record. So how could it be that Erika was working with one of the top modeling agencies in New York City, full stop, regarding, what would you describe it as, real estate deals, allegedly? Was she, maybe she was the property manager? Well, I have another clue, actually, and this is a fact. Erika told people specifically during that time that she was doing real estate deals with her family. Keyword here, family. But which family? Who's the family? I mean, we can, I think, reasonably assume that she's not referring to her family back in Scottsdale. Lori doesn't do real estate. She's a tech genius, remember? A sustainability tech genius, sustainability. It's much more likely that she's in New York and she's saying this, that she's referring to the Rothstein family. Now, you will remember Erika at this time was living with Nicole Rothstein, and it is a fact that Nicole Rothstein did work in real estate, not at the Corcoran Group, but she has a long career in real estate. She went to school for real estate, and she currently runs her own real estate company. And her father, Alan Rothstein, Erika is extremely close with him. She calls him uncle. He was the chairman, might still be the chairman of Wynn Haven Real Estate. And yeah, like I said, this is what she wrote about him on Instagram in 2017. This post reads, there's something powerful about God's strategic planning when it comes to the people that he has surrounded you. How blessed am I to have individuals like you, Uncle Alan, in my life that are filled with spirit. Constantly seeing life in bloom, I have watched you face adversity and triumph, and in doing so, pass a gift of courage and a message of understanding to those around you that if you live boldly and fearlessly, the impossible is possible. I love you. Okay. She loves her Uncle Alan. Now, I bring this up because I'm just asserting that it is very plausible that these were the people who introduced Erika to the world of real estate. I will also add here that I haven't gone down the Rothstein rabbit hole, but I do know that Rothsteins in New York, if they are at all related to Alan, to the Rothstein that was involved with fixing the White Sox game, that's a Rothschild. That's a Rothschild family member. His mother was a Rothschild. Again, I don't know if that is true, but it sure would be interesting to find that out. Very clearly want to say I'm not asserting that these two did anything wrong, Alan or Nicole. I'm just trying to put the pieces together to establish how Erika, who was herself at this time trying to be booked onto reality TV shows for fashion, or really anything, The American Race, dating, whatever she could, I'm wondering how she pivoted so seamlessly into the genre of real estate. How was she able to climb the ranks so speedily, so high? And by the way, we should read her real estate bio because it really is something to read Erika's real estate bio so you understand she was a power player, okay? It reads, and I'm sorry, it's a little bit small for me. Erika Franzfey is a multi-dimensional entrepreneur. She keeps writing that, and I don't really know what that means. Like, is she in 2D? Is she in 4D? Is this like a Tesseract again? Anyway, Erika Franzfey is a multi-dimensional entrepreneur with a bold and steadfast faith that has sustained, sustainability, her borderless heart. She has lived all over the world, from Los Angeles to China, working in the entertainment industry as an agency-represented model, actress, and casting director. She does it all. Several years ago, after her heart was captured by the contagious inspiration of America's most transnational city, she bought a one-way ticket to New York City and made it home. Erika is known throughout her community and deep network base as an influential and positive voice. Her experience working on the developer side of the New York City real estate industry is a tremendous asset to her role as an agent. With a work ethic that is unmatched and a zealous disposition to make a difference, her main focus is the fiduciary relationship. I'm sorry, excuse me? Is she in finance now? With her clients? Is she managing their money? I don't know. While placing their real estate needs as her top priority. Who are these clients? Her focus, she says, is fiduciary. It's interesting. We go on. Erika is also the founder and CEO of Everyday Heroes Like You, a 501c3 charitable organization that assists other nonprofits globally. The organization celebrates their 12th year and their long-standing partnership with the United States Marine Corps by expanding into China and Costa Rica, while continuing their community outreach programs in the United States and Constanta, Romania. Erika's perseverant spirit has been the driving force behind her eclectic background. From being a former NCAA women's basketball athlete to Miss Arizona USA 2012, she knows what it takes to set a goal and fearlessly pursue it. Erika graduated magna cum laude. We have not been able to confirm that. That seems to be made up, but so is the rest of this bio appear to be made up. So we'll just keep going with a double major in political science and international relations. That also appears to be made up because international relations was not offered at that year. From Arizona State University, and is currently pursuing a Juris Master degree at Liberty University. It's a lot. It's a mouthful. I just would like to know, what I would like to know more than anything is what any of it means. And maybe I'm thinking out loud here, but how exactly do impoverished girls from Eastern Europe, young impoverished girls from Eastern Europe, afford apartments in one of the most expensive cities in the world? How are they making money as young models from Eastern Europe? Why is Erika the point person on that? Allegedly, but the people that dealt with her directly say so. I'd like to hear Erika's feedback on that. What was she doing? Who are these clients, these real estate clients that she's helping with their finances? Also, as an aside, why am I unable to confirm Erika's New York real estate license? I am indeed able to find a relic of it on a third-party site, but I'm not able to independently verify it on New York State's Division of Licenses website. Now, the New York State, as from what I'm seeing at first glance, is supposed to hold this information for at least 6 years, but I can't find a shred of proof regarding which real estate deals Erika completed. All right, so maybe you guys can help because we're coming up to the 6-year deadline. That should be October of this year. Here is her real estate license, the relic of it that I found. License number 104-013-22765. Okay, it was issued to Erika. They are active for 2 years, so we can discern that it was issued on October 24th of 2018, and it was valid at least until 2020. Anything, real estate people in New York, let me know what you can find if you can confirm Erika's real estate license and what she sold. Because that bio sounds legit. She's managing some serious clients there, helping to manage their money, okay, in real estate deals. I'm very interested in that. Now, if you see something, if you know something, maybe you were featured in one of these dimensions with Erika. You went 2D, 4D. I'm in 3D. But maybe you went somewhere else and you saw her. Please, we'd like to hear from you. More tips at CandaceOwens.com. Like I said, this is very obviously something Erika should answer for. You want to be the queen bee. You want to be a public figure. You want people floating your name as for president of the United States. Well, let's get to a little bit of background. Who are you? What were you doing? And the answer should be very clear and very concise because I struggle. I got to be honest. I struggle to believe that Erika was in fact, while in New York, doing real estate deals with fiduciary responsibilities while helping Turning Point USA, filming a reality TV show, also in school full time to get her Juris Master's followed by her law degree at Liberty, while also studying the mandatory 77 hours to achieve her real estate license, while also running an international charity in partnership with the U.S. Marines halfway around the world and in China, while also running a faith-based clothing company, plus, giving advice to Turning Point, doing all of that at the same time. That's a struggle for me. I can't get there. I don't think she was doing that because I keep not being born yesterday. So hard not being born yesterday. Also, if we're asking questions, how is it that Erika is always so tied to Eastern Europe? Why is she just kind of floating around? Just this girl from Ohio. How does she get linked to Romania and the United States Marines? And today, I should be clear, she presents it as though she was just sending gifts. That's kind of the new thing. Oh, I was just, helping to send Christmas gifts to kids in need in an orphanage. That was it. Organizing gifts being sent, which of course, again, the common sense, that would not require the support of the United States Marines. You can do that right now today, team. Phone up someone in Romania and ask them for an address and you can send gifts, right? It's expensive to ship. You could probably ground ship that. Her involvement was much more. How do I know? Well, because before the scandal broke and accusations of child trafficking onto the military base, Erika used to claim that she was a bit more involved, a lot more involved. I'll let you take a listen to Erika in her own words during her audition tape for the American Race with her ex-boyfriend. Here's what she says about Romanian Angels. Take a listen.
We just have a borderless heart to help people and to give back. And, I have been to Romania and teamed up with the Marine Corps to open up and sustain an orphanage with 75 beautiful children. And that's called Romanian Angels through my nonprofit, Everyday Heroes Like You.
She opened up in partnership with the Marines. She opened up and she sustained an orphanage. So I would like to know more about that. I do. I now need to know more about that. I do think that the TikTokers were not so crazy, instantly going down that rabbit hole and asking for more information. And I feel even more compelled to get information about that because according to one of the former children, now an adult, the former child, now an adult, who was adopted out of Antonio's placement center, that is notably a corrupt orphanage. Okay, this is, and she's referring to Antonio's placement center. just to make it clear for you guys, Everyday Heroes is her 501c3, and then they do various projects. This was called the Romanian Angels Project, and they did this. The Romanian Angels, so to speak, were living at Antonio's Placement Center in Constanta, Romania, where our base was. And I'm going to read you this email from someone who was placed from the Antonio Placement Center. It reads, Dear Candace, I am writing to share personal historical context regarding the Antonio Placement Center in Constanta, Romania, which may be relevant to your reporting on Erika Kirk and the Romanian Angels Project. While independent fact checkers have found no evidence linking Ms. Kirk's work to illicit activities, I believe the history of the Antonio Placement Center warrants further investigation. I was personally placed in this center under dubious circumstances involving misdiagnosis and institutional pressure before being adopted internationally. This center in particular, notorious for corruption and illicit activities such as trafficking children, which is why I was shocked that out of all of the placement centers in Romania, this was a center that she chose to partner with. It is noteworthy that Ms. Kirk's promotional materials from approximately 2012 to 2014 specifically referenced the Antonio Placement Center as a partner for her international efforts. This intersection is significant because the institution has been part of a broader system criticized for lack of transparency and the documented practice of placing children in care based on catastrophic language rather than medical or social necessity. In my own case, I was labeled with severe impairments that were not supported by my developmental records. Given how much history there is about Romanian institutional practices, adoption controversies, and the experience of people who grew up in these centers, it seems important to look beyond the social media claims and consider the history and operations of Antonio Placement Center itself. Best regards, Larissa. Well, I hear that call, and I would like to hear from some more people who were adopted from the Antonio Placement Center in Constanta. Also, if you live in Romania, you have access to documents. I would like to know, I would like to separate fact from fiction, or Erika from Erika. Did they start and open the Antonio Placement Center? Does that mean they took over the Antonio Placement Center? Was the U.S. Marines operating it? Or were they just pretending to give gifts? I want to know as much as there is to know because I have the ick. And speaking of the ick, we should talk about Tyler Bowyer, Erika's friend, her dear friend, who introduced her to her husband, but for the life of her, she cannot remember how they met. It's a difficult one, tricky one, very tricky one. I had a person sent me a recent conversation that they had on social media with Tyler, because he gets a little snippy on social media, gaslights people, pretends he's a good guy. And this is his excuse for why he was in Romania in 2010. It's good to see it. Tyler says that this person was his business partner. I'm skipping to the bottom here. I studied Romanian in college to complement my Russian studies and did a few weeks studying abroad in school. Not everything is a conspiracy. I feel it is a conspiracy. I don't think it is just ironic that you happened to go right when the military base got set up and when Dennis Frantzwey was there. I don't buy that. And I got interested because I said a Romanian program. That sounds unique. Does Arizona State University have a Romanian program? And they do, and the history of it. I actually was shocked. Romanian programs are rare, and there's no major, but Arizona State University is actually the only university in America that you can even achieve a minor in Romanian studies. How random. And the history of how this program developed is pretty precise. In 2010, the very year that Tyler Bowyer went over to Romania, Arizona State University became the site of an honorary consulate general of Romania in Arizona. Effectively, just so you understand that, a Romanian embassy on ASU campus. An honorary Romanian embassy was established in 2010. And then in 2011, the program inaugurated the first Romanian lectorate, the first in an American academic environment. And it was funded by a Romanian Language Institute. They also launched, ASU, the Central European Cultural Collaborative, which facilitates partnerships with Romanian universities. Now there's a bit of a revolving door. 2010 was one hell of a year for Romania and Arizona. That's what I would definitely say. But this relationship has continued, you guys. You're not going to believe this, but big news. Beginning in July of last year, a few months before Charlie was assassinated, now Arizona is becoming further embedded with Romania. They are the first and the only state to open a trade office in Romania. This was announced. Let's check out this headline. I promise you, Arizona to be the first U.S. state to open a trade office in Romania. That sure is something. The Romania to Arizona pipeline sure feels like something. So I would like to say, in closing, that we should pay attention to this. We're starting to see how this world works, and this is weird. This is weird. Do not let Tyler gaslight you in conversations. It's odd. This should be screaming at you as it is screaming at me that something's not right. Turning Point headquarters, a location picked by Tyler Bowyer. Charlie Kirk didn't even open the organization. So it started in Chicago. He says, oh, this is going to be great. They choose a spot for their campus that is a trafficking hotbed, factually. Erika's strange attachment to Tyler Bowyer, but lack of a memory regarding Tyler Bowyer. Superfeed Incorporated, where Erika's mother is serving as a board member with Tyler Bowyer. And Superfeed, by the way, read the fine print on Turning Point USA's app. Superfeed owns the copyright, which means that's where your data is going. Just pretty interesting there. Turning Point allegedly getting into real estate. Tyler Bowyer being at the forefront of that, according to the tips that we've received. That's a little bit of ick, right? Charlie establishing a Doge 7 days before he died. BB's phone call in the Hamptons. Donald Trump, pageantry world, the Epstein files. What Epstein files? Are we still talking about the Epstein files? Trump trying to make fetch happen with Erika Kirk. Photos. Oh, we're supposed to just view her as some sort of a leader, as if she was promised it for some reason, like she was guaranteed the keys to Charlie's empire. Why? All of this stinks to high heaven. You know it. I know it. Any rational people in the world know it. And we're not going to let up. We'll be back after a break. All right, you guys, Nimi Skincare is the only skincare brand that I've actually stayed consistent with. A lot of people are starting to look for more natural skincare options, especially ingredients like tallow, but not all tallow products are the same. Some can feel heavy, greasy, or they just kind of sit on your skin without actually helping it. What makes Nimi's Sunshine Tallow Cream and their Buzzin' Tallow Balm different is that their tallow closely mirrors your skin's natural lipids. That means that it absorbs more effectively and actually supports your skin barrier instead of just coating your skin. Nimi pairs their ancestral ingredient with clean, modern formulation standards and purposeful botanicals so that your skin feels nourished, protected, and comfortable, not weighed down. It's a natural approach, but it's done thoughtfully, gentle, effective, and designed to support your skin the way that it's meant to function. If you've been curious about tallow or looking for a more natural skincare alternative that actually works, this is a smart place to start. You can find it by visiting nimiskincare.com. If you want to try it, you can use my code Candace10 at checkout for a discount. That's NIMI skincare.com. Also going to remind you guys about PDS Debt because you see the headlines, you have read the stories, and then the impact shows up in your own numbers. Balances are rising and fees are piling up. Minimum payments are designed to stretch debt out for years. That's why you need to check out PDS Debt. So whether you are struggling with credit cards, personal loans, or medical bills, PDS Debt has custom options to help you get out of debt. They go beyond the numbers to understand your unique financial situation and craft a personalized plan that is designed just for you. There is no minimum credit score required. They are here to help you save more, pay off your debt faster, and start putting money back where it belongs, just in your pocket. PDS Debt is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau. It boasts thousands of 5-star reviews on Google, and it holds a 5-star rating on Trustpilot. Why? Because PDS has helped hundreds of thousands of people get out of debt. Every month you wait, it costs you more interest and fees. The best time to start was probably yesterday. The second best time is right now. When the numbers are clear, you should act. You should take back control. It just takes you 30 seconds. Get your free personalized assessment and the best option for you at pdsdebt.com/Candace. Again, that's pdsdebt.com/Candace. All right. Fetch ain't fetchin', Gretch. It's just not fetching. I'm sorry, Trump. Now, some of us were actually grieving Charlie Kirk. Turning Point USA, on the other hand, was grieving differently. just differently. Turns out there was no pathway in which these goblins were not trying to strike gold off of his name, including, ladies and gentlemen, in case you missed it, at the DMV. Man, I had quite a chuckle about this. They were like, what else can we do? The DMV, let's make some money. So apparently what happened was back in January, Arizona Senator named Jake Hoffman. Now, I should let you know, Jake Hoffman is a dear friend of Tyler Bowyer, a partner of Tyler Bowyer. He formerly used to work at Turning Point USA. They make money together. I knew Jake Hoffman, okay? This ain't some senator. I didn't know Charlie, but I was impacted. And no, okay, he's embedded with Turning Point USA. And Jake Hoffman, back on January 28th, introduced a bill for a state license plate to honor Charlie Kirk. You know, guys, it's all about honoring him. Legacy. Now, the proposed specialty plate, which was going to be referred to as a Charlie Kirk Memorial Plate, was essentially going to feature a photo of Charlie and the Turning Point USA logo in front of an American flag background. A little shameless promotion. And below the license plate, as you just saw, the words were going to read, "For Charlie," because it was definitely for Charlie, okay? I'm sure somewhere there's an interview where they're going to explain to us, like, oh, I had a conversation with him, and Charlie said, wouldn't it be so great if my face was on a plate? I'm sure, right? The ghost of Charlie, always when nobody's there, says exactly what they're trying to accomplish. Anyway, so this goes through, and the Senate passed. They passed the bill, 16-2. And then the House of Reps also voted in favor of the bill, 31-23. And now, in case you're thinking, maybe that's sweet, maybe this really was for Charlie, you should think again. You should remember that we're speaking about Turning Point USA. There's got to be money somewhere, right? There's got to be ka-ching, ka-ching somewhere. So how it actually would have worked is that you would have paid a $25 fee for that specialty plate, $17 of which would have been an annual donation deposited into a conservative grassroots network special plate fund, according to the legislation. And while the recipient of the Grassroots Network Special Plate Fund was not explicitly stated as being Turning Point USA in the bill, it did note that the director of the fund would allocate the revenue annually to a nonprofit organization founded in 2012 that focuses on restoring traditional values and maintaining a grassroots activist network on high school and college campuses in Arizona, and assisting college students with voter registration and absentee ballots. They just, no shame. There's no shame. It's amazing. It's amazing to think through the new CEO really being up there like, these YouTubers are making thousands of dollars investigating who killed my husband. Thousands of dollars they are making. Look at them. I can't believe it. Shame. Well, what happens thereafter is Katie Hobbs, who is the governor, vetoed the bill quite rationally, I might add. She wrote a very nice letter. And basically her reasoning, her letter, I'll read it here. She said, today I vetoed SB 1439. Charlie Kirk's assassination is tragic and a horrifying act of violence. In America, we resolve our political differences at the ballot box. No matter who it targets, political violence puts us all in harm's way and damages our sacred democratic institutions. I will continue working toward solutions and bringing people together, but this bill falls short of that standard by inserting politics into a function of government that should remain nonpartisan. Sincerely, Kate Hobbs. Yeah. Maybe if I was governor, I would add a couple lines about y'all are shameless, you're crazy, your mama should be ashamed of you, but, I'm not the governor. I'm probably never going to be a governor, for being fair. Now, of course, Turning Point USA is in for the spin. They're outraged. Jake Hoffman is outraged. Were there going to be kickbacks? Who knows? There's a lot. There's a relationship there. The Farnsworths, Jake Hoffman, Tyler, thick as thieves. Here's what Jake Hoffman said on Fox News regarding her decision.
What's your response to the governor when she says that honoring Charlie Kirk, quote, falls short of that standard of bringing people together?
Well, listen, the only thing that falls short, unfortunately, is Katie Hobbs's track record actually trying to unite the people of Arizona. Look, Charlie Kirk was an incredible man. He was a friend of mine. for 11 years. And when he passed, the memorial we held, it's the only time in Arizona history that we filled 2 professional sports stadiums to honor and run tribute to the life of an Arizona citizen. He built a national organization with a global impact, reaching all the way from South Korea to London when he passed away. There's no doubt that he was a uniter. He was someone who championed free speech, and he was a civil rights leader of our time.
Jake, here's what I don't get. There are other license plates, including some that are tied to conservative causes, that have been approved. We have Choose Life. That's from the Arizona Life Coalition and its mission to promote anti-abortion advocacy. We have one from Alliance Defending Freedom, you know, talking about conservative Christian legal advocacy, yet the precedent that she says isn't there. Is there anything different in these Charlie plates versus what you're seeing on your screen?
No, the reality is that Katie Hobbs has repeatedly been petty and partisan in everything that she's done, whether it be her nominees that she appoints to run the state agencies, or whether it be her veto track record. In fact, just last year, she vetoed about 9 of my bills, and I chair the nominations committee, and she used the acronym of the committee as her reason for the veto. She's legally required to give us a reason, and she used the acronym of the committee to do it. She is nakedly partisan, and this is why we have to make sure that there is a new governor elected come this November.
No, I don't care if Katie Hobbs wins the gubernatorial race. I don't care if a Republican wins. I am just so disgusted with politics in general that we're even pretending this is a left or right issue. Just say we want money. Just say we want to grift off of Charlie's death every which way and manner that we can. Just say we want the $17 out of the $25. Let's stop pretending it's about politics. Let's stop pretending it's about Democrat versus Republican. Let's just acknowledge that on both sides, everybody's filth. Everybody is filth. And the people that they want to steal from are the people that come to the DMV who have souls and actually will look up and go, wow, I was really impacted by Charlie's assassination. And like, I would like to have that plate so that it can be in memory of him. And at the end of the day, who's that going to? Who's that money going to? It's going to his wife's organization now. And the messaging is apparently you can always honor Charlie with your hard-earned money. I want you guys to know that. This is the messaging coming out of Turning Point USA. You can always honor Charlie with your hard-earned money, but you can't honor him by remembering the words that he said. You can't honor him. We got to take down all of his episodes. We have to make sure we hide interviews of things he said. We have to direct the ghost of Charlie. We have to pretend he's like, you know, didn't have all that going on with the Zionists at the end. We got to welcome them into the fold, all of his enemies. Just give us money. We want your money. At all times of the day, we want your money. It is the only way that you can honor Charlie. Just absolutely disgusting. And I had to share that with you guys because I just thought to myself, there's just no end. And by the way, of course, Tyler Bowyer jumped into the fold because that's his boy. And here's what he said on X. He wrote, every nonprofit in Arizona that has major roots has a license plate. Katie Hobbs vetoed this over politics after Charlie was brutally murdered. Disgusting. I'm sure you just wanted that in memorial. I'm sure that was it because, like, that's obviously who Tyler Bowyer is. And these were Charlie's best friends in the world. That, my friend, is the problem. Anyway, we will be right back to answer some of your comments after a quick break. All right, you guys, if there is one thing that I have realized, it's that how you sleep really does shape how you feel the next day. And lately, one of my favorite upgrades at home has been my Cozy Earth comforter. It's one of those things that you notice immediately. The fabric is incredibly soft, but what really makes a difference is how breathable and temperature regulating it is. Instead of feeling heavy or overheating during the night, it has a light cloud-like feel that helps your body settle in naturally. You just feel cool, calm, and comfortable, which makes it so much easier to truly rest. Cozy Earth puts so much care into the details as well. These comforters are thoughtfully crafted to support your deeper, better sleep, because the reality is that how you feel during the day really does begin with how well you slept the night before. Cozy Earth offers a 100-night sleep trial, so you can experience the comfort in your own home. Plus, everything is backed by a 10-year warranty, which just shows how much confidence they have in the quality and craftsmanship. you want to discover how thoughtful details can turn everyday routines into real moments of comfort, head to CozyEarth.com and use my code Candace at checkout, and you'll save up to 20% off. Again, that's code Candace at checkout or up to 20% off. And if you see a post-purchase survey, be sure to mention that you heard about Cozy Earth right here. Experience the craft behind the comfort and make every day feel intentional. Also going to tell you guys about Masterpiece Health, because maybe you have felt bloated, foggy, just a little off, even when you think that you're doing everything right. The truth is, modern life exposes our bodies to a constant stream of toxins, heavy metals, microplastics, and so-called forever chemicals that can build up over time. Sometimes your body just needs a little help taking out all of that trash, and that is where Masterpiece from masterpiece.health comes in. Masterpiece is a revolutionary formula designed to safely and effectively support your body's natural detox process. Its unique nanoscale structure acts like a powerful toxin magnet, binding tightly to heavy metals, microplastics, and persistent chemicals so that they can be removed and expelled from your body. People who use Masterpiece report some incredible benefits: clearer thinking, better brain function, improved fertility, relief from chronic aches and pains, and deeper, more restorative sleep. The number one thing that users talk about is a huge boost in their energy. When your body isn't constantly fighting off built-up toxins, you simply feel better, and it shows. If you've been feeling sluggish, foggy, or run down, it might be time to support your body's natural cleansing process. Head to masterpiece.health and start detoxing today. And as a viewer, you will get 10% off your entire order when you use my promo code Candace at checkout. Again, that's masterpiece.health, promo code Candace at checkout. I'm really wondering, do you have to sell your soul to be in politics? Or does that just like make it easier? You know, is it a requirement or does it just make it easier? Anyway, that just a rhetorical question that's going through my mind. Top comments from last episode. Steph Lore writes, let's all give a warm welcome to Erika, Kirk, Blake, Andrew, Mikey, and everyone else at Turning Point USA who tunes in along with us every day to watch CO. I wish they'd just come on the show. I've made the offer. I mean it. I'm wanting to sit down with them. I particularly would love to have a public conversation with Erika, Kirk, who has nothing to hide except a lot of stuff, apparently. Olivia Joy writes, one thing Candace has shown for sure is that everything eventually connects. I just think Romania, New York real estate, the politics of it all, reality TV, there are some themes here that are hard to ignore, is what I would say. Easy Hammer writes, since for today's episode, I heard Erika's written words spoken out loud. It gives me the same level of cringe as watching her. Hearing Erika's written words spoken out loud gives me the same level of cringe as watching her say them on TV. It's so many words to say nothing. That drives me insane. Just say less. Just say less. James the Least writes, being on the board of the U.S. Air Force Academy sounds like the kind of job that you would need a background check for. Certainly, well, her background is, I'm Charlie's wife. Hear me roar. I'm Charlie's wife. Charlie was qualified, so why am I not qualified? Isn't that how it works? Don't I just instantly become, my husband's very good at math. I'm not so good at math. But I guess just say I'm good at math, I guess, or something. Amy Loves Music writes, I know everything that you are saying is true. It's been going on for years. It's hard to trust anything. I love what you are doing, what you can to find out the truth for your friend Charlie. I am not sure anything will ever be done. I am saddened by how the world is so corrupt. I'm wondering, real estate in general, like, is that just sort of, are we doing illegal things, right? Because real estate is how you hide money. It's like, tradition. It's pretty traditional. It's a traditional historical understanding. A lot of real estate involved in this story is all I'm saying. And I find, like I said, her floating around Jeffrey Epstein in his orbit to be interesting. Very interesting. Miss Cato writes, I just don't get it. Had I been CK's wife, I would have had Candace and Tucker headlining his memorial and making his donors, who made him so fearful, regret the day that they started threatening him. You would be a normal person, right? You would have that anger. You would have that rage. You would be like, I don't even want to look at you because of the last thing that you said to Charlie. That's how I felt. Not Erika. No, she was overcome with the spirit of the Lori or something and just was like, I feel the opposite. I want to make amends with his enemies and send my PR person to attack his friends. S. Beth writes, for anyone questioning how fiercely Candace and Charlie fought for each other, watch their Turning Point event in Hawaii. I saw it again recently and nearly cried. Even now, though he's gone, they still stand together at Miss Battle. I have not seen that. I can't even remember like the context of what you're speaking about. I obviously remember going to Hawaii with Charlie, and it was a great time. I remember we were wearing leis. But yeah, I mean, it is a thing. It is a thing. We did always have each other's back. And I think that's partially what drives them crazy is they tried to spin a narrative that they know there's not a shred of proof for. There just isn't a shred of proof for the idea that he was anything but my brother and that we fought a lot of battles together, even when we disagreed on topics, which there were some topics that we did disagree on. And then eventually we sort of met back up in the middle. And let me tell you, we were certainly meeting back up in the middle on the topic of Zionism. Very much so. He was sick of being bullied. He made that clear. I also want to say to you guys, if you want to support us, you can support us. There's new merch available on the website. This is my fave. You're going to love this. Daddy's Home Shabbat Shalom. We're doing this for Blake. We deeply upset him. And we felt like we wanted to make amends with our refusal to acknowledge how much Shabbat Shalom is real and loved. Daddy's Home, Shabbat Shalom, crew necks. And we might even start selling dreidels. I don't know right now. We might start selling dreidels and latkes online. I have one more comment to hear from Jay Nichols. He writes, Melania used to be by DJT's side all the time. Ever since CK's murder, she's been almost non-existent. What are your thoughts? Love you, girl. I admire your bravery and that you let no one walk all over you with the exception of your kiddos. Actually, ironically, Melania's name came up with this next modeling thing they were speaking about because, you know, Melania came from Serbia and she was a model and she was in circles in their orbit. I don't believe she was not managed by Next Model, but it's a small New York City world. And they actually quite liked Melania and said that people who thought that she aspirationally wanted to be the first lady probably had it very wrong and that she was quite aloof and that they knew she would end up with somebody powerful, but that she did not probably aspire to be the first lady. So that's just a bit of feedback. Take from it what you will. I did quite enjoy Melania. I did spend some time with her, and I think she's very smart. I wonder. I feel the whole family let Charlie down, not demanding a further investigation, just allowing all of this BS to happen, continuing to not to ask questions. The entire Trump family, to me, has in effect betrayed the legacy of Charlie Kirk. Anyway, you guys, just want to let you know our show is available in Spanish, French, and Portuguese. Link is in the description. I think that's it. That's everything. We will see you guys tomorrow.